when I did my first jersey, it was I actually carved it out into the actual dimension, full 3D dimension, and I kind of decided at the last minute to incorporate a hanger, just because I thought to myself, you know, it takes on a whole different feel in terms of a piece of artwork. Whereas if it didn't have the hanger, it's like, how would you display it? How would you, you know, would you put it in a frame? You know, it can't really, if it lays down, you don't see that the back is also done. You can't really stand it up. So I think the hanger gives it a whole nother aspect. And the fact that I make it so that you can take the hanger out, it gives you different options as far as how you can display it. You can, you know, you can lay it on a table, you can hang it. So that's definitely why I try to do this technique where I actually make it so the hanger is removable, because I didn't want it so that, you know, the hanger was a permanent piece of the artwork. I thought it would be more universal and have more of a, you know, different types of functions with it being able to be pulled out. A lot of times people ask me how I can get the hanger in, because they don't see, you know, the process and what it takes when I'm doing it. But it's actually a situation where I actually take the front and the back, and I ended up putting them together. So the way I get a hanger in there is I hollow out on both sides the upper part to slide the hanger in there, so it gets glued, you know, all around all of the edges. But there's that hollow spot where the neck opening is, and it's tough because you really have to compensate for that when you're, you know, when you're carving, and it's so random the way the wrinkles are. Some of them are really deep and other ones aren't, so you really have to be careful, you know, when you're doing that, not to come through the front, and you got to kind of like know how thick it is in the certain areas. So that's always kind of a stressful part of it for me. But yeah, I do that, and make sure that the opening is big enough to accommodate the hanger that I'm going to, you know, build or make. And again, I did it here, but it's also cool because it kind of takes some of the material away, and it makes the piece a little bit lighter. I've actually thought about hollowing out, you know, the whole thing, but I don't want to take away too much of the integrity of the structure of the piece. I want as much material to be connected as possible, so that, you know, there's less chance of it coming apart. But yeah, it's so I just do this section, everything's glued all around, and then this is all glued in the middle, and then I'll carve out a little bit of the bottom here, in the bottom there, so there's an opening at the bottom, and then where the sleeves are open, so that just, you know, you can just see the opening. You don't really see too far up into there, but it gives the illusion that it's hollowed out. So yeah, that's how I do the hanger.